And welcome back.
Whoop. It's a Friday. It is a fun Friday. And that's how we do it on Fridays. Now, whenever there are events, you're always seeing these wonderful lights, beautiful lights. It's simply because it comes from Prestige Lights. These guys know exactly how to light up your party, and we've got the guy in to tell you exactly how
Karlo
to
likes
make
that
things
tagline
happen.
already.
Definitely. In with us is actually Karlo Romero. He is the owner of the business, Prestige Lighting. Karlo, it's so nice to have you in, buddy. Oh, look, there are a lot of lights coming at you.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I'm sure he could do a little bit more and make it. But here's the thing, I was just telling you, you worked with us for KTV, which we're so grateful for, and that finale, like, the lighting was amazing. If I flash back, the one that really stands out to me, the guys were saying they loved the announcement with the strobing. I love the stars during Rachel's performance, but this is an interesting job to have. How'd you move into this?
I don't know, I actually started by DJing as a hobby, and then after that I went into the, there you go, that's actually Victoria August's one.
Yeah, that's a strobe light.
Yes. So we strobe it we try to go with the scenes and the music and the different teams and so forth. But yeah, I started off with DJing, and then I was doing it in the States professionally with, after college, and a friend of mine came to me. We incorporated a light scene into it, and from there it blew up. And I realized that lighting offers another dimension to your event, and it triggers emotion. So with lighting, you can trigger a mood. So I can, without even playing a song, I can already make you mushy. Yes, exactly. So it adds another dimension that other people are still just starting to realize, So we try to focus on.
When I think of lighting and DJing, I think of electronic music. Does that mean that's what you used to play?
No, I'm more of what they call an open format DJ.
Okay.
So I play a wide range of different genres, but it's right. Music and lighting goes together. So you want to have them in sync. So normally when I would be DJing, I would have a guy running lights, and we would be in sync. So I was like, if I'm going to change genre, I'm going to tell him, so we're going to change the scene. And we have scenes for different types of genres, and they all go with BPMs and tempos and so forth. So a lot of different aspects to the lighting, So it's not as simple as just putting on lights. You can put on, you can put on lights and have it go with the music, but then you'll have one big chaos, Nothing is in sync.
One of the things, Karlo, that strikes me is that the idea of having to deal with lights and DJ, is this what you actually wanted to do? And it struck me because of the eye-opener from this morning, whereby your calling. Was this exactly what you wanted to do?
Like I said, it was a hobby that turned into a blossoming career. So it was not something, my degree is in IT, so I'm educated in that, but I've always been into music from ever since I was 14, 15, But from then on, with the lighting and so forth, it was bringing a production to Belize that I saw there was a lack of, and just animating different productions, especially working with you guys. It brought a light to a lot of different events, and it brought a different look. And again, as simple as it may sound, but lighting does create an elegance for your event. So it raises the bar, We did the Yes Do I Do with you guys.
Yes,
remember
we
when we did the all pink one?
I remember the kiss and the fireworks at the same time. It's not fireworks, it's lighting, but
Yes. Well, actually, that's
lights.
special effects. So we dabble into everything because it's a hobby. So we're into it for the passion. So we're into it for the technology and, trying new things and bringing new stuff. So these are some pictures that we do. So we have the black light scene where I can make everything dark and then just give out glow gear and we put on 2 powerful black lights so everything glows.
That's great for those silent parties that people have.
So with the events that we do, we offer a wide range of events. We do quinceañeras, weddings, and all these different events. I've done bachelorette parties. I've done divorce parties. I've done, yes, man. We don't one stop shop.
I hope you make that a good one.
Yes, man. We do everything. We do the full stop. So we offer the special effects, which is the cold flares. We do the low-lying fog, so it looks like you're dancing in clouds. We do the lighting, of course. Then we also offer audio-visual, so we can do video. And we can offer visuals for your event. So there's many different aspects with lights. I believe one of the pictures will show it, but we offer where you saw the stars. We can spot it on top of your cake. So it looks like the cake has a star on top of it. So it gives a dimension, it's playing with art, it's playing with creativity. So
Now,
That's the beauty about it.
there's a difference between finding that there is a void and you can fill that
Yes.
void, but actually being good at it.
Yes.
Can I say that?
So one of the hardest things I had when I came to Belize was educating the people on this new type of entertainment.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we were used to always having just bring speakers and, you know,
And a
play
disco
stuff.
light.
Yeah, disco lights and everything. So teaching the people on, listen, let's move on to greater elegant events, you know, and just showing them what we can do. Simple things like taping your cables or don't have your cables exposed, you know, stuff like that, you know, simple things like that people pay for and they realize that the quality of work is bar none, you know.
But from an entrepreneurial standpoint, how do you keep enhancing, you know, your lights and stuff like that? Because you don't want to just do lights, just that particular one. How do you enhance yourself?
So the way we work is we work with packages. I don't like to have every event look the same. So I tend to work with packages and we meet with the clients. We do a lot of back-end work with the clients and we would build a package for them tailored for their needs. The same lights can be used in many different aspects. So you can have specifically this light. You can use this as an uplighting, which I can put it against the wall and it uplights. Again, a lot of symmetry has to do with it,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of different, the colors that you use and all that stuff. This is a basic LED light. It's flat, I like it because it has a small posture on the floor.
Yeah.
So it's not very seen.
Yeah.
It's DMXable. DMXable is the system.
Please, thank you.
English?
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
The way we run our lights is we use a system called DMX. It's a way of communicating to the lights. Pretty much think of it as a computer, and the computer has an IP.
Yeah.
So if I want to communicate to your computer, I have to connect to that IP, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the lights have their own addresses. So when I send out red, I will send it out to all addresses on number 6. So every light that has number 6 will turn red.
Turn red.
Yes, so that's how I control my lights. So from my computer, I can make anything happen with any lights.
You stole my next question, which
Oh,
was
sorry.
how do you, I mean, because you studied IT, you have your
Yes.
master's in IT, and
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
what you do full time,
Yes.
but you've been able to merge it with what has been your hobby in a party setting as well.
Agreed. So
Yeah.
using the technology, we try to bring, and that's the fun of it. If you're doing it just for money, you won't make. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not lucrative, you know. You can make your money out of it, but you would have to significantly drop your prices. So we do it for the fun of it and trying to find new technology and see how we can work it. So now I am to the point where I'm running these wirelessly, so we don't have to run cables to them. Yeah. And then likewise with the video, we're running video servers. And you had mentioned earlier you want to know how we keep relevant.
Yeah.
So what we do is we have a lot of technology we test in the background. So right now we have a lot of technology that we're playing with. We are still fine tuning it, but we are already ready to raise the bar. So
Yeah.
that's how you keep at it. You have to just keep with technology and keep practicing stuff and trying stuff and don't be scared to test things.
But while you do that, and because everything is computerized now, can you design your own design for a light
Yes.
via your computer?
So with lighting, there's a whole life to this. It's a whole culture. There's what they call lighting programmers
Yeah.
and lighting designers. So when you go to concerts,
I
or
was
those
gonna
big
say, yeah.
events, those huge concerts, Tomorrow World and all these places, they would have a lighting designer and a lighting programmer. So they would bring in a guy, and all he'll do is program all these lights because there's thousands of fixtures, you know. So he will program all these lights and hand it over to the lighting designer. And the designer is the one that will run the show. So he says, all right, I want this light to be able to do blue at this trigger or this
Yeah.
cue, and so forth. So that's how they work. So it's beyond me.
I know.
man.
I
It's-
was gonna say you really appreciate lights when you go to a really good
Yes.
concert.
And then
you're-
even within
internationally, yeah,
of
yeah,
course, and even with lighting, you have to look at it in a sense where there's different dimensions. Where, like I mentioned, and I'm using that word loosely, but you can directly put a light on me, or I can make it bounce off something. So, essence, we uplight tents.
Yeah.
I can easily put the light to flash you, which will only spot you, or I can put the light up to the tent and make the whole tent glow.
Glue.
So then one light becomes a light, you know? So then the whole tent becomes a light. So it's just little things and how to
Yeah.
play with the lights and so forth. But like I said, we focus on the technology part of it, and we try to make everything wirelessly, and we just try to raise the bar, you know? That's what we focus on.
For such a niche market, do you work with other people? Do you have like apprentices that you're training so that you want the market to grow because you
course.
can only do it for so many events?
Thankfully, for the past, since we started about 3-4 years here in Belize, we have blossomed and we have been blessed. So
Yeah.
thank you for that to all the customers and clients. So I haven't had a complaint. Actually, I have to schedule my time off some now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually a little overwhelming sometimes with work and balancing everything.
Yeah.
But yes, I do have a couple of guys that work for me, and I can pull them at any point where I need them to.
Awesome.
But I have guys that I work with as well, where we share the same technology, and it's pretty much just working in an alliance with somebody, and being able to use the same system somewhere else and so forth. So in the essence, if I go to San Pedro, I can work with one of my friends there, and if it's mainland, when he comes, he can use my equipment and run it. So we have pretty much the same stuff. As far as training other people, we try to train them. Some would catch on, some wouldn't. But you always have to look at it in a business perspective as well. You have to be able to secure your business. So it all has to do with principles and all that different stuff. So there's a lot to it. So
Karlo, tell me, what is the coolest event you've ever been able to pull off?
I think the coolest event, we've done some pretty good stuff, and I've loved it. We've done events in 4 different countries already.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Name them. Yeah, get me excited, man.
We did Mexico, of course. We did Playa del Carmen. We did a wedding, a big 3-day wedding at one of the resorts. Of course, the States. And then I've also done Guatemala. I've done a wedding in Guatemala, and then Belize, of course, So
Tell us the coolest one.
the coolest one was when I got to light up the Maya ruin in Corozal.
You kidding?
Yes, so I believe we have one of the pictures.
Was it the Santa
There it
Rita
is, yes.
event that they
Yes,
had
my
with
God.
the reenactment at the wedding?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Those, I saw that video.
Yes, so that was the first event that we did when we came back, and I wanted to showcase the lights. So we teamed up with the BTIA Corozal,
Yeah.
and we offered the lighting, and this is what we came up with. So it's pretty good to offer in your resume. Hey, I got to light up a Maya ruin
Maya ruin,
Yeah.
for for a reenactment of a Mayan wedding. And I have friends that are doing huge events in the States. They're touring with the Bee Gees and all these big bands, doing lighting for them. And none of them
they can't
can
rock
put
Maya
that
ruin.
over. Yeah, well, I got you up, bro. Yeah, I did a Maya ruin, man. So
Excellent,
yeah,
man.
but that to me was the best. Everybody had a blast at that one, and it actually made some waves in Belize, So it was kind of our debut into the entertainment world.
So how
So
can we get to you? How Facebook?
we have
Instagram?
Facebook, Prestige Productions, BZ. Hit us up. We also have, I don't know if they have my contact card, but you can reach out to me, 615-1243. And then also I have my personal page for DJing, which is DJ Karlo with a K. So look us up. We will help you out. We work on quotations, so free quotations. We meet with you free as well. If it's something you like, we work with you. If it's something you don't like, we try to work with your budget. So everything is a process,
Does the DJ come with the lighting or?
Yes.
Okay, great.
We offer a package for everything. We can be a one-stop shop, or we can be just a lighting. We've worked with decorators as well. We work with a lot of different event coordinators as well.
Yeah.
So we can become your one-stop shop, or we can become just your lighting guys, or just
How
your,
affordable is it?
the pricing, well, it depends on the package. So we have different packages that we start off with, and depending on what all we add, if we add the uplighting package, if you want some special effects, if you want audio visual and so forth, that's where we start working with the price. But holistically, what we do is we create a package for you. So we try to amalgamate as much as we can.
One of the things, like my final question to you is spontaneity. There are many times you've got something pop up. You want to do a party, but you want these lights. Do I have to contact you like a month in advance?
We have a wide inventory of gear, no? So most of the time, the way I kind of designed the business to be is where it can easily split up into 2. And we can do 2 solid events, with the amount of equipment we have. So yes, as much time would be preferable, but if not, if I don't have an event or so forth, we would work it up, and it's just a matter of working the logistics,
Karlo!
In production, one of the things that I know that we have a challenge with in Belize is that people don't have a practice of rehearsals, knowing exactly what's going to happen. And that's important with lighting production, especially.
Yes.
How do you overcome that?
Well, honestly, with some of the weddings that we're doing a lot with the resorts. So a lot of tourists are coming, and especially with destination weddings and so forth, they bring that culture where they want to have a rehearsal.
Okay.
So a lot of events, we would be there from, let's say, the Friday or the Saturday, the day before, Usually, if the event is a huge event, we would try to set up from the night before, because we have to use the night to program the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then also we're out of everybody's way. So if we're working with decorators or, you have different event coordinators, we're out of your way working through the night before,
Sweet. This guy, man.
Yeah, so we
Well,
try to
right.
keep it professional, change up
Yeah.
things a little bit,
Well, this is cool. It's so great that we get to hear
Yeah.
from you the behind the scenes part, because a lot of times we just see these great productions, we don't know the faces behind
Yeah,
it,
agreed.
or the thoughts and ideas that are going
Yes,
into it.
yes.
So, Carlo, thanks for coming in
Thank
and
you,
sharing
buddy.
your
Thank
story.
you guys for having me. Thank you guys for
All right.
having me.
Once again, Prestige Productions
Yes, ma'am.
on Facebook, or DJ Karlo with a K.
Yes.
And you can get more information about how you can light up your event or get some music by DJ Karlo.
Yes, ma'am.